Greetings, Thunderbirds. Today is Tuesday, December 8th, 2020. Welcome to this week's edition of the Thunder Talk, your weekly source of information about all the exciting things going on at Legacy. We're going to kick things off by celebrating all the birthdays from this week. Staff spotlights are irregular on the Thunder Talk. The goal of the staff spotlight is to give you a little insight into all the caring adults that work at Legacy. This week, we get to learn about Mrs. Mendoza. As our EL specialist, Mrs. Mendoza helps students be successful in school, no matter what their language is. She goes out of her way to help all students at Legacy. Let's see what she has to share with us today.
Hi, my name is Ms. Mendoza and I am the EL teacher and also the out-of-school youth coordinator for the school district. I think it started when I was in high school. I had a teacher, her name was Rep. Wilson, and she that was her last name, Miss Wilson, and she was really nice. She helped me with my math, and she recognized that I had a talent for math, so she really encouraged me to go into teaching and to pursue becoming potentially a math teacher. I don't have a preference for either, but if I had to pick, I guess I would choose McDonald's. I don't know. My favorite thing about Legacy High School is the students and the staff. I really enjoy working here. I enjoy working with the students, and it's just an amazing place to be. There's a combination of different people who have been really impactful in my life. Of course, my parents, but I think public figures would be someone like Oprah and most recently like Michelle Obama and the Obamas. I love who they are, what they stand for, and how they care about others. That one was a tough one, but I guess I would put my money on Miss J.
Ms. Holmes is back with another alumni update. We share these updates so that students can see that no matter what challenge they have, Legacy staff are always here to help them reach their goals after graduating. These alumni come back to share their stories and to give Legacy students hope for the future. Let's see who Holmes has for us today.
Okay. Hi everyone, it's Ms. Holmes here, and I am back with another alumni interview here. Today we have Jackson Woodard with us. Jackson,
what's up, y'all?
Jackson is actually he was part of our very first graduating class of Legacy High School back in 2011. That was a long time ago. We're coming up on 10 years here. So
I don't even want to think
Jackson
about that.
is one of the originals. So Jackson, how are you doing?
I'm well. I'm surviving COVID just like everyone else is, and just trying to honestly make it through.
Yeah, I hear you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
What have you been doing since you left Legacy?
Since leaving, I started in the career field of the coffee industry, and I worked in the coffee industry for like the last 6 or 7 years. But lately, as of late, me and my family started a new venture, and we opened up a local bar and restaurant here in Kennewick. And so we've been working on that the last like year and a half, and just opened actually right before COVID hit.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Awesome. Well, tell us, why did you choose to come to Legacy?
I chose to go to Legacy because I was in a traditional high school, large size, and it was just super overwhelming for me because I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my career path and after high school, and I didn't really feel like I was getting in touch with the counselors there as much as I felt like I needed. And so I heard about Legacy and how more of like an intimate setting it was, and that seemed like it would be a perfect opportunity for me to connect and get the things that I needed to make sure that I wanted my career path to be.
Do you feel that you got that?
I do, yeah. I remember trying to figure out exactly after high school what I wanted to do, and actually worked with you a lot on figuring out what classes to take and then what places to apply and what stuff to do and what steps I needed to take post high school in order to make that happen.
Yeah, we definitely did, and we're still connected now. So,
Yeah.
So let's see here. What do you know now that you wish you knew then?
Oh gosh, that deadlines and like responsibilities, and like if you have things that you need to do and by certain times, those are real. Like we don't get those in high school just like because like, oh, this is due on this day. But like I wish I would have understood how important it is to know deadlines, because as an adult, those deadlines are real, like taxes and like those kind of things that we don't think about, or at least I didn't when I was younger, but understanding like you have to keep on those things, because if not, then there's real consequences. It's not just a fail on a grade, but it's, you could end up having to pay way more and have further consequences if you don't do the things you're supposed to do by a certain time.
Paying bills on time and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They'll cut that light off.
They will. They will. What's your biggest takeaway from while you were in high school?
Oh gosh. Biggest takeaway, honestly, I learned a lot, but I also learned that things are not as deep in high school as when you get into your later life, specifically in like relationships. Things seem just so like incredibly like intense when you're in high school, and that because that's your world, right? But when you get out of high school and you get into the real world, like some of those things that you got upset about, some of those things that you let like ruin friendships or relationships, those things don't really matter in like the real world, or I guess not the real, because we all live a real world, but like as you move on into your more adult world, you're like, why did I let myself get so like torn up over something that's so insignificant?
That is actually a really, really good point, because yeah, so much seems to be so important when you're in high school that really it's just a passing moment in time. And once you
look
get
back and
past
you're like,
that,
why was I so stupid? So many times I think about that, like almost on the daily. Why was I so dumb back then?
What is something that you regret doing or not doing while you're in high school?
Oh, I regret not being more involved in extracurricular stuff. Because although like either sports or band or anything like that, those can just be like super fun outlets. And it could be a great way to make more strong relationships with friends. And then a lot of those times, at least I see people who are more involved, they like have super long friendships with some of those people that they made. And even though they've gone different ways in their adult life, they still get together and still like can reconnect every once in a while. And so I think I would have loved to have been more involved in stuff like that.
Nice. That's a really good thought. So are there any words of wisdom or last bits of advice you would like to give to our viewers?
Oh gosh. I think that when I think about like back then to now, there's so much stuff that back then in my life seemed so permanent, that was so very temporary, that seemed like it was like the biggest issue that now I don't even remember. And so not to like let your world be consumed by something that happens in the temporary, and don't let that temporary moment of either frustration or anger or sadness or anxiety dictate a decision that will affect you in the permanent.
So to maybe have a bigger worldview and not focus so much on the here and now, but focus more on the big picture.
Yeah, the bigger picture of your life, that you have in high school, you're 15 through 18, 14 through 18, and you still have a whole nother 50, 60, 70 years of a life to live. So don't let a temporary moment affect a permanent decision that could maybe mess up the next 50, 60. Think about your future self and the success you want them to have.
That is great advice. Jackson, thank you so much for meeting with me today. And it's great to catch up with you. And I appreciate you taking the time and wish you the best and have a merry holiday season.
Of course, you as well. Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's now time to honor our student of the week. Adrian Bettis has really picked things up this quarter and has improved drastically his grades in his classes. We want to recognize Adrian for all the hard work that he's been doing. How's it going, Adrian? It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you too.
How are you doing?
I'm good, you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Congrats on being student of the week.
Thank you, appreciate
Cool.
it.
So, first question is, what motivates you to do the best that you can?
My son's been motivating me ever since I had him. It's kind of made me realize, and I got to get my work done and focus on school and just step up.
Yeah, definitely. It could be a life changer, and I'm glad you realize it now. So, who is your favorite musician?
Right now, there's a lot going on. I have to say, right now, since he passed away, I've been listening a lot to King Von.
King Von. Okay. Yeah. I thought you were gonna say Juice WRLD. I was like, that was a year ago. Yeah, because I think it's the anniversary of his death this past week or something. Yeah. So, what do you see yourself doing as a career?
Career-wise, I kind of want to go into trade school and maybe start doing engineering or welding or something.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. That's an interesting career choice. A lot of money to be made in that. The next one is, do you think that pineapple belongs on pizza?
Yeah, I think it does. It adds a little
Oh,
weight.
man. I'm an anti-pineapple kind of guy on pizza, but it's all right. I'm biased. And last question is, if you could go back in time and talk to your 13-year-old self, what advice would you give him?
Take school seriously, especially your freshman year. That's like the main need.
Oh, okay, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Focus.
I mean, I think we all could do that, just wish we could do that, go back and just kind of tell ourselves like, hey, just kind of straighten out, do this, do that. So definitely. Well, thank you so much, Adrian. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Take care.
Yeah, you too.
Seniors, the Kennewick School District and WSU Tri-Cities is putting on a financial aid night. The event will be held this Wednesday, December 9th, with one session at 11 a.m. and the other session at 6 p.m. You will learn about the types of financial aid available and have the opportunity to complete your FAFSA application. Staff will be available to work with you one-on-one to answer any questions you may have. If you are interested in attending one of the Zoom events, go to Legacy's Facebook page or website at legacy.ksd.org for links to the Zoom sessions. The links are also posted in the YouTube description of this video. We are officially a few weeks into the second quarter term. What are you doing to be successful this quarter? Legacy has a lot of resources to help you be successful. Remember, students can come in every day of the week to the Remote Learning Center to do your schoolwork in building. If you are not understanding your classes, reach out to your teachers over email. You can even call the office if you need help getting into your Zoom classes. Do whatever it takes to pass your classes. You can do it. That's all for this week, Thunderbirds. Remember, This and all previous Thunder Talks can be found online at youtube.com/Legacy High School Thunderbirds. I'm Mr. Chavez, wishing you the best week ever and hoping that you stay Thunderbird strong.